Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 27th of June 2023. In this video segment, we are going to take a look at the key US technology stocks which we have been following for quite some time. This video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. First of all, I would like to apologize. In the last couple of videos, we have had issues with the audio. This is something I'm trying to work on and improve on. And I've got a new piece of equipment which I'm using today, and I'm hoping that the audio quality would be much better and any feedback will be welcome. Also, I will try to use a different software so that we are able to get rid of some of the system noise as well, so do apologize for that. So what we are looking at today is the daily chart of Tesla. The Tesla stock, we have been watching the key level of $270 per share level as something where we had a pattern being completed. This pattern is being shown in this pink shaded area, and after the completion of the pattern over the last few days, what we have seen is a pullback in the price. This is something which we were expecting because of this nice ABCD pattern completion highlighted in black. Now, one of the key questions is that where is this pullback going to go? How far it could go? So one of the things that we are watching for is actually this gap area here, which the price have actually already filled. So that's good. Also, the price is right at the 20-day moving average, or the moving average is in fact catching up with the price. And this is where the price had held support over the last two trading days, and especially today being a bullish day, it's really good. Also, one of the things that we really like to follow here at Market Chart Pattern is the concept of the symmetry in the market. And what do I mean by the symmetry? So if we look at in this bull run since 105, that's also a level that we called weeks in advance. In fact, you can go and watch previous videos. We have had pullbacks in this of about this much magnitude. So this was our AB leg, and if we project it from point C, this is what we get. And if we do the same thing right here, we get a approximate value of about $225 per share level. And if we draw a Fibonacci retracement of this leg higher, we get a 38.2% Fibonacci retracement coming in at around $220 per share level. So what it means is that we are watching this zone as a potential support zone. If the price gets there, in fact, it will be really good if the price gets there. However, also the completion of this gap right here around $240 is also really good. Personally, if the price could pull down to about $230 per share level, I would personally like that. But market is going to do what the market wants to do. So this is what we are watching for in terms of the daily shorter term charts for the Tesla stock. In my next video, I'll actually change this, but we still need to watch the $270 per share level, because if this is broken to the upside, at least 2 consecutive daily days is what we would like to see. Then the Tesla is moving towards our next targets. Okay, so let's move on to NVDA. So guys, this is the daily chart of the NVIDIA. So this is one of the stocks or the product that they make. It's really useful, the GPUs, in powering the artificial intelligence related softwares. And at the moment, as you know, that there's a lot of work going on in artificial intelligence. It's become a buzzword. There is really a lot of demand for the products made by NVIDIA, and it shows in the price. So look at when the earnings came out, boom, it went like in one day a really massive gap. So that's good. From a pattern perspective, what we're looking at, I'll just move you guys over to the weekly chart because it's a little bit clear here. What we have also got is a completed ABCD pattern here. For those who are new to the channel, what is ABCD? ABCD is basically 1-to-1 projection of the price. So for example, if there's a price swing, we copy this and we project it from this level, which we call C, or label it as C. Then we get a price projection of about $420 per share level. This is why when we did our last video, I don't remember exactly when I covered this stock, but it was a few weeks ago, we had mentioned that $420 area is going to be a strong resistance for NVIDIA. And this is what we have seen. What we have seen is consolidation in this stock around this area. So when I mean that the pattern is complete, it means that the price is likely to consolidate, maybe even pull back from this level. However, this stock is really strong. Look at from the momentum perspective, and it is possible that the ABCD pattern that we are looking at would in fact get extended to the upside, and in that case we do have higher levels to watch. Those levels are the $493 per share level. That is in fact the 1.618 expansion of the BC leg. And also, if we were to extend the CD leg, then the 1.272 extension comes around $508 per share level. So roughly we can say the stock could actually in fact hit $500 per share level, but in terms of the completed pattern that we usually watch here, we are seeing some price consolidation taking place, because we have this ABCD pattern completed here, and the strong stock in terms of its momentum. It's possible that this CD leg could in fact get extended, and the next price levels then we'll be watching will be anywhere between $493 per share level to $508 per share level. How in general we'll say $500 per share level is achievable for the stock of NVIDIA. Okay, we'll just get back to the daily chart. The next chart, let's take a look at Apple. So Apple met all our targets. We were actually looking at some completed pattern formations right here. You can watch that in the older videos, and look, we have had a wonderful rally. We called for a number of targets on the upside. Those were met around this when the stock was trading around $124, $120 per share level. It was a very different environment where a lot of people were calling for lower prices. However, we had some confirmed patterns over the weekend, because it's also going to be the end of the week, end of the month, and also a quarter end or half year mark. What I will also do is a longer term video or a special report for Apple as well, and in that we'll look at it from a daily to weekly to monthly price levels, and we'll take it from a really long-term point of view. Okay, so let's take a look at the Microsoft. So the Microsoft also met our targets. We were looking at $320 per share level because of the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. It went higher to the 1.618 expansion, coming around $345 per share level. And if you look to the left-hand side, what you see is a top formation coming back from the November 2021. And so far, it appears to be a double top formation. Because the price is unable to take this out on a closing basis. However, what it could also mean is that we have this really nice channel formation here. The price could in fact pull back right into the bottom of this channel here, which in fact would be quite nice. From a momentum perspective, the price is really touching the shorter term 20-day moving average that we watch over here. Also in terms of the market symmetry, if we look at this as being the last correction in this channel by this much, we try to project it from here. We also get it pretty much around the level of $320 per share level. So this is something which we'll be watching in the stock of Microsoft. Let's take a look at Netflix. So Netflix stock is very interesting. You see this pink shaded area on this daily chart. Here we in fact are looking for the price to reach as high as about $500 per share level. So let's actually get a precise level. $490 per share level. In fact, that's what we're looking at per this pattern formation. Now whether the stock will actually reach there, we have to wait and see. One of the things that we are also watching for is this pullback in the price, and this pullback at the moment, the price is really touching or is at closed at the 20-day moving average. So that's the short-term average, moving average that we like to take a look at, also to gauge the momentum for the commodity. Also, the other thing is from a symmetry perspective, in this move higher, we have had a correction. The last correction was about this much, and if we project it from here, we also get pretty much where the stock actually the low was today. So around $408 is also possible. The Fibonacci retracement for this entire leg let me actually try to move it here. This leg, this swing high, comes around $400 per share level roughly. So this is the zone we are watching for in terms of a pullback in this stock, but the pattern is actually calling for about $490 per share level. That's when we'll have a completed ABCD one-to-one projection formation. Now let's take a look at Amazon. So Amazon stock is something which from a personal perspective, I'm not a big fan of at the moment. We were looking for $120 per share level. That's what we got. Now the price is really hovering around $132 per share level, which is 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. Compared to some of the other stocks that we have seen, this stock, although it has performed well and it met our target of $120 per share level and exceeded that, but the stock, it looks a little bit weak in terms of its price action. Now let's take a look at Shopify. So if we just compare Amazon price action and we look at the price action of Shopify, the Shopify stock has also fallen a lot. I'm not going to go through the weekly and the monthly charts on that, but at one time the stock was around $300 per share level, and it has fallen a lot, but it's moving in a nice channel formation. And just from a shorter term perspective, the 20-day moving average is really capping any moves lower for now. And if we were to look at the kind of corrections that have taken place in this nice channel formation, the bottom of the channel comes around $55 per share level, roughly speaking. So if the stock were to pull down, that's the level to watch. But in fact, given the kind of moves that we have seen in the journal indices, this stock has held fairly well. So Shopify stock is one of the stocks that we need to keep an eye on, and we will be covering that on this channel for you guys. Then let's take a look at Meta. So the Meta is formerly Facebook. Meta actually has a completed ABCD pattern formation here. And what is happening is that the price is actually consolidating in that area. In fact, it's a little bit above our perfect ABCD, so it's not a perfect formation because the stock is pretty strong. And remember that when we were watching this, we were really looking for $200 per share level as a key level, because that was the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement from all-time highs to the recent lows, which came right at the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement. And ever since the stock started to move above that, we became positive on the stock. Because it just overcame that key resistance of $200 per share level coming from 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. But it has also completed this ABCD pattern, so at the moment it's just consolidating. And what it means is that this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement coupled with this ABCD it could be a very significant level for it to break to the higher to the upside, and it might just go into some further consolidation, maybe a pullback. If it goes into a pullback, then the last pullback was about this much, and we could just expect that perhaps if the markets were to repeat again at $260, roughly speaking, is an area to watch. If we just draw a Fibonacci retracement till here, we have a 38.2% Fibonacci retracement coming a little bit lower. around $240 per share level or $243 per share level. So that also opens up some possibility of a further downside, but we'll obviously get our clues once this level of $257 per share level is broken down. Then we can begin to look at the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. So this is what we are looking at in the stock of Meta Platforms. Now let's take a look at RBLX. So the RBLX stock is actually very interesting, and I cover Meta Platforms and I also cover RBLX, and the reason is because of the theme with with the metaverse, not the stock, but the metaverse in general as a concept, because these two companies are playing key roles in that domain. And also I think I will begin to include Unity software, which is a kind of a gaming engine being used. So it's also something we need to keep on our radar. So here we are in fact looking for about $57 to $60 per share level, roughly speaking. And the reason is that we believe the price might in fact be moving in this ABCD formation, and we have two or double ABCDs formations completing in this region, anywhere between, let's say, 56, and also we have this expansion coming at around $61. So anywhere between $56 to $60 is roughly what we're looking at. Now this really depends upon this point C being held, because that's the ABCD pattern formation that we are looking for, the point C for our projection. If this is broken to the downside, then that changes the pattern formation, and then we'll have to look at it in a different way. But for now, this is what we're watching for, and the price seems to be consolidating right here. In fact, it had a pretty good day today, and there's a possibility that this positive momentum could actually in fact continue. We'll have some resistance coming from the structure. Just looking at the left hand side, $47 per share level is an area. Then we have the structure coming in from 11th of August 2022, around $52 to $53 per share level. So there will be some resistance levels that the stock needs to overcome. But from a momentum perspective, look, the price really came down to this 200-day moving average, which is the longer term moving average we like to take a look at. And also the 20-day moving average is above the 200, and the price closed above the 20-day. So from a momentum perspective, it's also looking pretty good. I do apologize, the video has become a little bit longer. So if you like the video, please do subscribe to the channel, how we look at the markets and how we come up with pattern formations and the key price levels that we like to watch here. And if you found the video of educational value, then please do hit that like button. It's just an indication for me that people like the videos, and it just gives me encouragement to bring more videos out for you guys for educational purposes. Thank you very much. Good luck and good trading.